Hi, welcome to the ComSci 137 lecture. Sunny here. For this module, we will discuss about signals. Let's start. Physical layer moves data in the form of electromagnetic signals across a transmission medium. Data must be changed to a form that transmission media can accept. Data can be analog or digital. The term analog data refers to information that is continuous. Digital data refers to information that has discrete states. For example, an analog clock that has an hour, minute, and second hands gives information in a continuous form. The movements of the hands are continuous. On the other hand, a digital clock that reports the hours and minutes will change suddenly from 3:23 to 3:24. Like the data they represent, signals can be either analog or digital. An analog signal has infinitely many levels of intensity over a period of time. As the wave moves from value A to value B, it passes through and includes an infinite number of values along its path. A digital signal, on the other hand, can only have a limited number of defined values. Although each value can be any number, it is often as simple as 1 or 0. The simplest way to show signals is by plotting them on a pair of perpendicular axes. The vertical axis represents the value or strength of a signal. The horizontal axis represents time. Both analog and digital signals can take one of two forms. A periodic signal completes a pattern within a measurable time frame called a period, and repeats that pattern over subsequent identical periods. The completion of one full pattern is called a cycle. It needs less bandwidth. A non-periodic signal changes without exhibiting a pattern or cycle that repeats over time. It represents variation in data. Here are examples of periodic signals. Here are examples of non-periodic signals. In data communications, we commonly use periodic analog signals and non-periodic digital signals. Periodic analog signals can be classified as simple or composite. A simple periodic analog signal, a sine wave, cannot be decomposed into simpler signals. Composite periodic analog signal is composed of multiple sine waves. The sine wave is the most fundamental form of a periodic analog signal. When we visualize it, it is a simple oscillating curve. Its change over the course of a cycle is smooth and consistent, a continuous rolling flow. Each cycle consists of a single arc above the time axis followed by a single arc below it. A sine wave can be represented by three parameters: the peak amplitude, the frequency, and the phase. These three parameters fully describe a sine wave. The peak amplitude of a signal is the absolute value of its highest intensity, proportional to the energy it carries. For electric signals, peak amplitude is normally measured in volts. Period refers to the amount of time in seconds a signal needs to complete one cycle. Frequency refers to the number of periods in 1 second. Note that period and frequency are just one characteristic defined in two ways. Period is the inverse of frequency, and frequency is the inverse of period, as the following formulas show. Period is formally expressed in seconds. Frequency is formally expressed in hertz, which is cycle per second. This picture, there are 12 periods in 1 second. Hence, the frequency is 12. This image, there are 6 periods in 1 second. The frequency is 6. Here are the units of period and frequency. Change in a short span of time means high frequency. Change over a long span of time means low frequency. If a signal does not change at all, its frequency is 0. If a signal changes instantaneously, its frequency is infinite. The term phase or phase shift describes the position of a waveform relative to time zero. If you think of the wave as something that can be shifted backward or forward along the time axis, phase describes the amount of that shift. It indicates the status of the first cycle. Phase is measured in degrees or radians. A phase shift of 360 degrees corresponds to a shift of a complete period. A phase shift of 180 degrees corresponds to a shift of one half of a period. And a phase shift of 90 degrees corresponds to a shift of one quarter of a period. Wavelength is another characteristic of a signal traveling through a transmission medium. Wavelength binds the period or the frequency of a simple sine wave to the propagation speed of the medium. While the frequency of a signal is independent of the medium, the wavelength depends on both the frequency and the medium. Wavelength is a property of any type of signal. In data communication, we often use wavelength to describe the transmission of light in an optical fiber. The wavelength is the distance a simple signal can travel in one period. The unit is micrometers or micron. A sine wave is defined by its amplitude, frequency, and phase. We have been showing a sine wave by using what is called a time domain plot. The time domain plot shows changes in signal amplitude with respect to time. Phase is not explicitly shown on a time domain plot. To show the relationship between amplitude and frequency, we can use what is called a frequency domain plot. A frequency domain plot is concerned with only the peak value and the frequency. Changes of amplitude during one period are not shown. A complete sine wave in the time domain plot can be represented by one single spike in the frequency domain. Position of the spike shows the frequency, its height shows the peak amplitude. Here is an example of a sine wave in the time domain plot. Same sine wave in the frequency domain plot is here below. The frequency domain is more compact and useful when we are dealing with more than one sine wave. A single frequency sine wave is not useful in data communications. We need to send a composite signal, a signal made up of many simple sine waves. The French mathematician Jean-Baptiste Fourier showed that any composite signal is actually a combination of simple sine waves with different frequencies, amplitudes, and phases. A composite signal can be periodic or non-periodic. A periodic signal can be decomposed into a series of simple sine waves with discrete frequencies, frequencies that have integer values. A non-periodic composite signal can be decomposed into a combination of an infinite number of simple sine waves with continuous frequencies, frequencies that have real values. Here's an example of a periodic composite signal. Here, it is represented in the time domain plot and the frequency domain plot. Here is a non-periodic composite signal in the time domain plot and the frequency domain. The range of frequencies contained in a composite signal is its bandwidth. The bandwidth is normally a difference between two numbers. For example, if a composite signal contains frequencies between 1000 and 5000, its bandwidth is 4000 Hz. The figure on the right depicts two composite signals, one periodic and the other non-periodic. The bandwidth of the periodic signal contains all integer frequencies between 1000 and 5000. The bandwidth of the non-periodic signals has the same range, but the frequencies are continuous. Information can also be represented by a digital signal. For example, a 1 can be encoded as a positive voltage and a 0 as a 0 voltage. A digital signal can have more than 2 levels. We can send more than 1 bit for each level. If a signal has L levels, each level needs log base to L bits. For example, If a digital signal has 8 levels, we need 3 bits. Most digital signals are non-periodic. Thus, period and frequency are not appropriate characteristics. Instead of frequency, we use bit rate, the number of bits sent in 1 second, expressed as bits per second. Instead of period, we use bit interval, or 1 over bit rate. Instead of wavelength, we use bit length, the distance 1 bit occupies on the transmission medium. Based on the Fourier analysis, a digital signal is a composite analog signal with infinite bandwidth. In a time domain plot, it comprises connected vertical and horizontal line segments. Vertical lines means a frequency of infinity. Horizontal line means a frequency of 0. Going from frequency of 0 to frequency of infinity and vice versa implies all frequencies in between are part of the domain. How can we send a digital signal from point A to point B? Data communications use non-periodic digital signal. A digital signal is a composite analog signal with an infinite bandwidth. There are two approaches, baseband and broadband. Baseband transmission means sending a digital signal over a channel without changing the digital signal to an analog signal. Baseband transmission requires that we have a low-pass channel, a channel with a bandwidth that starts from 0. This is the case if you have a dedicated medium with a bandwidth constituting only one channel. If we want to preserve the exact form of a non-periodic digital signal with vertical segments vertical and horizontal segments horizontal, we need to send the entire spectrum, the continuous range of frequencies between 0 and infinity. This is possible if we have a dedicated medium with an infinite bandwidth between the sender and receiver that preserves the exact amplitude of each component of the composite signal. Although this may be possible inside the computer, it is not possible between two devices. Fortunately, the amplitudes of the frequencies at the border of the bandwidth are so small that they can be ignored. This means that if you have a medium, such as a coaxial cable or fiber optic cable with very wide bandwidth, two stations can communicate by using digital signals with very good accuracy. In a low-pass channel with limited bandwidth, we approximate the digital signal with an analog signal. The level of approximation depends on the bandwidth available. Broadband transmission or modulation means changing the digital signal to an analog signal for transmission. Modulations allows us to use a bandpass channel, a channel with a bandwidth that does not start from 0. This type of channel is more available than a low-pass channel. Note that a low-pass channel can be considered a bandpass channel with a lower frequency starting at 0. This figure shows the modulation of a digital signal. In the figure, a digital signal is converted to a composite analog signal. We have used a single frequency analog signal called a carrier. The amplitude of the carrier has been changed to look like the digital signal. The result, however, is not a single frequency signal. It is a composite signal. At the receiver, the received analog signal is converted to digital, and the result is a replica of what has been sent. Take note that if the available channel is a bandpass channel, we cannot send the digital signal directly to the channel. We need to convert the digital signal to an analog signal before transmission. This ends Module 5. Thank you.